Shout out to the VIP. Shout out to everybody. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. We're in a crucial area right now in terms of this level of support on a descending triangulation. Want to shout out to everybody. Hope you're having a good start to your weekend. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. We shout out to our top level membership, our VIP. Way to go, guys. You can join. This is the back room with tons of signals. And just to let you guys know, look at these returns, 700%, 265, 849, etc., etc., etc. It goes on and on. Want to invite you to join our VIP. We're on a tough level of a pickup right now. In terms of this bottom level support, want to just say, guys, it's finally the weekend. We're excited to be here the last several weekends. Hey, my man Freddie, there's my man Freddie right there. Freddie saying 100 rounds. That's what I'm talking about, Freddie. Without a doubt, 100 rounds just to get that precision down. We need laser guided missile accuracy right in the house. And in terms of that, just Freddie, I'm excited to hear that from you. I know that you are trading, and I know that that is the way to approach the market. Never overexposed at any higher price. You guys know that. Looking at the specific support level, I got this to the VIP in the back right now. It is differentiated. We have a little bit. I told you guys earlier today to go to your candle wicks, etc. I think that's important. Looking at the cross time frame analytics, we'll go through some things this evening. Very interesting in terms of the overall dynamics that are in play right now. Some really just interesting dynamics, guys, is what I'll say. If you are a seasoned veteran trader, etc., I'll tell you, I hang out with a lot of them. For some reason, during the daytime, I'll meet them. Definitely in VIP all day long, we are. But I just talked with a guy this evening. And, guys, it's just you'd be amazed at what you guys have. Freddie, VIP, you would be amazed at how far along you are. I talk with seasoned traders 20, 30 years. I talk with guys who do this full time. I just spoke with a guy this evening who does this full time. He was hired by a company to do this full time after, such as some of yourself are looking at proving yourself maybe to an outside party. You have no idea the level of skill that you guys have and that you're putting together. It's really, as I talk to other people, I just have to come back and say something like that. I had a good discussion this evening. I want to encourage all of you because your skill sets are really advancing. I mean, it's hugely evident every time I speak with anyone who is a formal member of, let's say, the trade community on a professional basis. You guys can smoke it. You can light it up. I'm telling you guys, in terms of the overall returns, I'm not kidding. This stuff looks powerful in front of anybody. 400, 600, 849%. Okay, continually, day after day, you guys are just annihilating the market. It's really impressive to see. So we are experiencing right now in terms of Bitcoin. We've got some odd goings on, guys. We just had a descending triangle breakout. The joke in the back right now with VIP is, you want to hang around and just do and just trade descending triangle breakouts to the upside. They're not favored, guys. You know that. They're difficult to trade to the upside. We had an internal one here that tried to play. And always be prepared for the equivalent preceding highs when you're looking at a descending triangulation. Okay, always be prepared for it to fake out, guys. So when we would look at this, let's go to the 5 minute real quickly. The 5 minute has got an expansion on it now within a descending triangulation feature. So I'm going to say this: I'm excited to see at least some structuring that's straight lined, because quite frequently, Bitcoin will want to push and curve and grind and wind around. She becomes very difficult to predict when she does that, okay? You can do it, but you have to do a lot of work cross time frame, etc. Looking at this specific line of support here, at least we can draw this down and say, okay, we've got orders waiting at this specific level below. Right now, I'm currently on the 5 minute time frame. Now, in terms of a macro, and I know you guys are looking at a pickup right now, so I wanted to cover that briefly, but in the macro, we've established a new range, okay? A new range after a fall through from the preceding range above, currently priced 20,465. Looking at the preceding range, you can see what Bitcoin loves to do, and we love her to do it. We need her to get busy ranging, right? This is where we have a good time, guys. This is where, and I'll say this, we have trades incoming. Right, they're imminent, right? In this, we're just excited. We get used to it. Every 8, 12 hours, boom, we got good moves. Bam, we got good moves. Bam, bam, good moves. Boom, good moves. Right, every day and a half, we have good moves. Look at the bottom. Let's do a comparative very quickly, because we have had an expression like that. We've had one expression like that in this zone here, right, thus far. So What the traders right now are expecting, I'm telling you guys, is part of the psychology of the market. The traders are expecting a huge move back up to the upside. You guys know this. We're wanting this huge move back to the upside, or we're wanting this huge, boom, powerful move to the downside, right? In terms of that, I just want to reframe the kind of an idiosyncrasy or kind of the behavioral model, pricing behavioral model of Bitcoin is to grind for a while and establish at least a pattern that we could put into a framework, whether or not. And let's look at this. Okay, this is very important. As we would look at the framework on the daily, this is very useful, guys. Looking at the framework on the daily after the double top. Remember this specific broadening wedge. Boom, the fallout. You guys remember that? That took a while to formulate. In the midst, she's grinding. She's pushing, right? How long did that take to formulate? That took 16, 17, 18 days. Okay, so about 18 days that took. Important. The next level consolidation was looking at this before the fall down to the next range was over 30 days, a month there, guys. You'll remember that. Specific feature here, and I encourage you all to look at this on a big screen TV, the VIP. Do this. You guys know this. It's crucially important. And I appreciate you guys that send me pictures, post them in the back. Sean, you were the last one. VIP. Sean was the last one to send me a photo of him and the big screen TV. It makes a huge difference for you to be able to see this on a big screen TV. So in terms of these features, in terms of the grind, we get to a point where we're able to recognize a pattern. You guys know we're able to recognize something to give us some guidance, whether or not it be on the lines or whether or not it be on the candle wicks, right, on the candle chart. So what we would say, even in this zone here, in this zone as well, we've been instrumental in all of these moves, and you may not recognize the patterns on the specific, I'd say on the specific lines. We'd go to the candle wick. Right? We remember most of these moves just looking at the line, whether or not it was on the wick or the line. But always make sure, I'm going to say this, always make sure as BTC is formulating, and look at these this is very interesting. Okay, looking at the pattern framework here, right? In the pattern framework, these are nice structures that come into formation, right? To give the next move, right? To get the indication of where we're headed. This even was an ascending triangle in here. This was an attempt at a bull flag up along the top. Let's look in this zone here after the nice move up on the ascending. Let me make that. Let me just shine this up so you guys can see this. And the purpose of this discussion is the following. Right now, we're eager for a big move. You guys know that, and as the micro built into the macro here, we could continue that. I'd say this approach here, where we're continually building structures that took time. Okay, so we've just had a lot of volatility in the market, a huge amount of volatility, not only in Bitcoin, but also in equities. Okay, so in the purpose right now, I want to just reframe from the daily and put into context that she spends a lot of time consolidating. She slows down. We've had a bit of, I'd say a bit of volatility in this zone thus far. And the real question is the following. If we're expecting, and what we want, I'm going to say what we want is a big, huge, massive move. It's just because we've just had it and it was lucrative, we traded, you all did well, we're wanting a big move, boom. Either to the downside or bam, back to the upside. That's just what we want. In the context of the smaller featured moves, we have equivalent moves, if you think about it. I just want to reframe things. When we're looking at, let's say a faraway target up through 26, 27, something like that, or a low down target, let's say of 15. I want to just encourage you again that the trades are still there, okay? The trades for you, as you're looking at profiting in the market or you're looking at booking your positive trades, the trade is right here. Boom. Earlier on, we said, yeah, Bitcoin's getting kind of low right now. Boom, boom, right? It's booking that solid trade. Those specific moves on the micro, while they're not as, we're in this mode, and I'm just going to say we're in this mode where we want to have a green day. And we want to have a green day on BTC wherein we're looking at 12%, right? We want something 8%, 6%. We want some sort of a rebound, right? To give us, and I don't know if it's a premature, maybe just kind of a desire, but I know you guys are there with me. You want, because we have the volatility. here in from this level of support here. We've got, this is a 12%, 13% move here, but it's like we can't stack it in the green. For whatever reason, we cannot get this to stack into the green. We want to stack it into the green. The point of this is the following. As we have this range volatility, which is very indicative of Bitcoin, I just want to encourage you to focus on your moves in this range. Okay. Yes. And in terms of that, we're just because I'm finding myself doing this. If I'm finding myself doing this, I know that you're doing it. Bottom line, I'm looking for something to get us back up to the top. I'm looking for the notion of the quote unquote bottom to come into play and for us to scream at some point, bam, with a trajectory slingshot back to 27,000. That's what I want. That's what I'm looking at the charts, and that's what I'm saying. When could that occur? When could that happen? Now, unless we have some sort of a massive seller climax, literally and I've got one important thing to discuss today. This is going to be a very important thing. I could have started with it. I'm glad that you guys have stuck around, but we have a very important issue to discuss, okay, in terms of pattern framework, in terms of achieving a target that we could, let's say, achieve a target of 26,980. The thing that I'm going to discuss is first the target. You understand? Find your target. Second of all, is there a pattern that accommodates your getting to your target? Bottom line, or a recognized Fibonacci number, Fibonacci target. Copy that. Now, this is going to be the curveball. This is going to be the curveball, and Bitcoin is going to show us who Bitcoin is or what Bitcoin is. Bottom line. Now, in terms of this, please pay attention. You're going to need to listen to this. This is cool stuff, guys. You're involved in the markets. You're intelligent people. You understand Bitcoin, the allure to Bitcoin, the volatility of Bitcoin, etc., right? What we're going to talk about is super trend. Okay, we're going to talk about the aspect of Bitcoin that is this expressed huge amount of volatility, right? That is the big criticism of Bitcoin is too much volatility, right? That's the big criticism. It couldn't be used as a stable currency. It couldn't be used as et cetera, in terms of the arguments. What I'm going to talk about is a different definition of volatility. Most of the times we think of volatility, it's up and it's down. It's up and it's down. Okay, that's one definition, right? In terms of the overall amplitude moves within the range of or within light of measured by the degree of velocity. Okay, the amplitude and the degree of velocity incorporates that time function. Okay, velocity is the amplitude that is moved over a specified period of time. Okay, so to the extent that we have high velocity moves, big amplitude, big range function, okay, it's got a big expression of quote unquote volatility. However, please pay attention. This is important. And I like this approach. I think that you will like this approach. I know that you guys are day trading. I know that you're on your trades right now on the micro. I want to have this discussion so that we understand this. We as a group, VIP, understand this. Okay, looking at the preceding run up, in terms of a super trend, okay, this is important. In terms of a super trend function, okay, this was the function here. Now, the complaint on Bitcoin is that she's too volatile, correct? Level of support, okay, level of support. We have the bull flag feature coming into this, and then what do we have, guys? We had an overthrow, boom, and a heck of an overthrow, okay? A heck of an overthrow that resulted how? In our trying to maintain super trend so far up and above that ultimately did what, guys? Exactly what an overthrow is supposed to do. But look how far up it stretched and then boom, through the level of support. That's one heck of a super trend. Technically speaking, that's one heck of a super trend. Now, this could be defined differently. I am defining it this way. There are two approaches to this, and I want to be fair. If you were to define this in this specific, with this specific approach, and please pay attention, this is important. In terms of this specific approach, you could say, well, maybe there was not a super trend. Maybe there was not a super trend. And in fact, this was your lead in with two hits along this level of support. Okay, so there is the equivalent argument that I'm going to make on the seller side. This is important on the selling side, on the seller side. We're talking about the buyer side right now, the demand side on the way up, 2020 to 21, huge price action. Now, you can define this as you will, but the level of support to support, to the extent that super trend is indicated you either have the choice of going from, and I'm going to discuss this in the application to the sellers right now, because this is the question that we have on the sellers end. We're looking at a bottom function. We're looking at, like, if you wanted to buy really a lot of Bitcoin, where would you start? What would you be looking at right now? What is your approach in terms of what's a good buying opportunity? Now, this would be the question. If sellers had established a specific channel range to the downside, please pay attention. If sellers had established a potential downward channel, a downward channel that has a mid-level, very clearly indicated bear flag, okay? This is important, and please understand, the volatility of Bitcoin is its biggest complaint, right? Now, this specific move here, boom, takes us the full amplitude of the preceding flagpole, boom, bear flag to the downside. However, I'm going to bring this up. Aside from the discussion of how someone would want to formulate their specific and argue that no, there was no super trend on the way up in 2020 to 21, I'm going to tell you clearly we have indicated a level of resistance bear flag within a clear repetition of the specific. And just understand this concept, please. I want this group to understand this concept. This specific amplitude move to the downside, boom. If Bitcoin is so volatile, if she is just too much to handle, if there's just no way, I mean, it's so off the charts. Technically, it's what, guys? Well, on the way up, it's a super trend, boom, and even pushing up beyond that super trend. You see, it's so volatile. It really is that definition of the overthrow of the super trend that cannot hold. Okay, as we would look at this, and you guys, this is an Elliott wave concept. Super trend means literally up and over, boom, right? Up and over that level of resistance. Now, for a bearish super trend to engage, this is what's important. For a bearish super trend to engage, this is what, in terms of being overly volatile, okay, we could expect a super trend on the way up, okay, and we could resurface this, or we could redefine this to eliminate the question on the 2020 to 21. And I'm glad that you guys are listening to this. Check this out. In terms of, let's look at another classic example of super trend. Let's look at this drawn to the upside here. You'll see this just like plain as day, guys. In terms of this function to the upside here, what do we have? From the support up to the resistance, we have another overthrow. Okay, so Bitcoin is too volatile. She just is way too volatile, isn't she, guys? She can't even maintain a standardized channel to continue to the upside, right? She is literally going to super throw. Literally, that's the overthrow portion of any super trend right in this zone. As we look at that mid-level function, was that September or so last year, right? That rebound, we caught the bottom, boom, in the back. What's up, guys? Huge volatility, bam, telling everybody great time to buy Bitcoin in this zone. A lot of VIP made a lot of money. In terms of that overthrow function, that's the super trend. That's what that looks like. That's the complaint on Bitcoin. Now, I want you to understand the volatility. I want us to go over this so we know what we're talking about here. Okay, in terms of, well, Bitcoin's too volatile, meaning it goes up and down too much. That's one way to look at it. That's one way to express volatility. Another way is that, man, you look at the Bitcoin chart, it just can't quit from doing a super trend. I'm telling you, it cannot quit from going up over an established level of support to resistance, and boom, it did it over here. It did it right here. Now we're in a channel to the downside. This would be part of a bull trend, super trend, bullish. Now we're in a downtrend. So this is going to prove how volatile really is Bitcoin, because we have two examples of an overthrow. I'm going to tell you guys, in terms of a super trend, we have two, okay? Two examples of, and this is just since 2020 to 21, looking at this specific feature here, and this is some cool stuff, guys, to understand the levels of volatility in this, within this dynamic. Okay, this specific overthrow here, boom, and really pushing up into super trend, bam, down and through. A lot of accompanying patterns here, okay, a lot of accompanying patterns. Looking at this specific overthrow here, just can't help but go super trend. That is Bitcoin. Boom, overthrow outside of the dynamics of what's expected, reasonably expected, still pushing, boom. Right? Multiple pushes up and above line of resistance on an established bullish channel. super trend. Okay, that's what a super trend is. Okay, now in the dynamic of the downward, guys, of the downward pressure in the downward channel that we're in right now, what would that mean? If she can, I'm saying if she can, because I want to see her be this volatile. But understand, when we talk about volatility as a group, I want you to understand the framework. It's not just that, well, over time she goes up, she goes down. She's worth, 10, 20, then she's worth 30, 40. There's a lot of amplitude, a lot of movement, a lot of percentage made. Not enough, guys. A lot of returns. No. I'm looking at a super trend. I want to deduce it to the technicals, to the features, to see whether or not, if Bitcoin can qualify. Okay, this is just it, guys. If Bitcoin can qualify with this specific, and this is just on the record with you guys and me, okay, and we'll work on the answer, okay. The specific move to the downside, the upward sloping channel, everybody knows about the bear flag. No big deal, right? No big deal. The question, however, and this is a good discussion as we look at volatility, is can the bears establish a super trend? What would that mean, guys? What would that mean? That would mean going down below, there you go, guys, going down below this level of support. Now, Bitcoin, if she can go down below this level of support, she will establish a super trend for the bears, a super bear trend, okay? Now that, guys, would meet the definition of volatility. That would be an asset that all of us would be wonderfully impressed and excited to trade, okay? Because she had it on the upside, and now we as a group, and that's what I'm excited about having this discussion. We as a group, we want to see if she can crater through this line of support. We understand what that would mean is that while everyone's looking for a bottom, I want to look at the volatility. And I don't want to just measure it by this vague understanding, well, Bitcoin was 69,000, now it's 26,000, it's volatile. No, or 20,400. Now she's volatile. The question that I want to get into, guys, is the following. I want to get to the root of the question as to whether or not we can break this bottom line of support. If we can, then Bitcoin qualifies in my book as an extremely volatile asset that I am maybe permanently excited about trading, period. Because we would have established, understand this line I'm speaking of, and guys, because we had it on the way up, super trend once, super trend twice in 2020 to 2022, you have to understand your Elliott wave. You have to pay enough attention to understand what an overthrow is, what a super trend is. It doesn't mean something that's just going really well, it's exciting, people are talking about it and trading and making money. No, the super trend is, and shout out to all the VIP top level of membership, you're invited to join the top trade group. Guys, you're invited to join the top trade group. That would be us. We are chatting, we're going over technicals. The super trend is the function, guys, is the function from the level of support to the resistance, the channel framework to the upside, okay, in September, etc. Looking at this framework, the super trend is, okay, the operation up and above this channel formation. It is the attempt to break out, boom, and literally go vertical, bam, up and over the established bullish channel. Now, that's volatility. That's exciting. Now, this is the great part, guys. If for anyone who's been listening and is still paying attention, this is a golden nugget here. Listen to this. If she could pull this off, if she can be volatile, okay? Now, the expectation is the following. Please pay attention very, very carefully, okay? Level of support up to resistance, etc. Operation overthrow, and expectation is by market participants to lose the level of support. Boom. It just is, guys. It is to lose this. Bam. She sure did. Yo, boom. That's the expectation. Super trend. Boom. Yep. Okay. You guys know with the alpha traders I was training during this time, they still have the chart of me drawing this line. Bam. Just like that, guys. They still have, before it happened, they still have the chart of me drawing and giving them that chart. Boom. Now, that was the first feature. Overthrow. Expectation. Boom. Through the level of support. The second move, highly volatile Bitcoin, right? Second move, up and over, level of resistance, another overthrow. Super trend, that's what it means, guys. When you see an overthrow over top level of resistance, established channel from the baseline framework drawn up, boom, overthrow, what's the expectation? Bam, through support. So this is the question. We have two strong moves, okay, last 18 months. BTC, where we're looking at some extreme volatility, wonderful volatility, getting up into a super trend dynamic, and then boom, exactly, bam, as expected, both times through that level of support. So the dynamic is the following. If, and guys understand, this would be an incredible, incredible market play. You have no idea. You have no idea, guys. If, like just how we got over the level of resistance here, we established an overthrow along the top. You guys know this. This was the overthrow here. Now, we say super trend because the only thing possible left to do there would be boom, straight up. But the vast majority of the time, there's a capitulation straight through this line of support, and that's it, guys. You get up and over, that's it. That's where the lady has sung. That's it, guys. That's the ball game. You're up and over this level of resistance, super trend, overthrow, expectation. I'm telling you guys, the expectation is ba-boom. This is the macro chart on BTC. We're looking at the daily right now, talking about super trend, okay? Talking about what it is. Now, on a bearish note and a bearish dynamic, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the incredible opportunity that could exist if we could get down below this specific line, period. Period, guys, period, okay? Because the force and effect of a super trend is what, guys? As you would look at this specific downward trend that has been established, and it, guys, in terms of saying, well, it's just going to be easy, that's why I bring up, no, guys. That's why I bring up the fact that Bitcoin is highly volatile. Everybody's looking for the bottom, right? Well, there's imaginary number here, or this number here. Guys, we have our Fibonacci's. We have those levels scoped out in terms of what your targets are. But I'm talking about the dynamic of an extremely volatile asset that we like to trade, whose the hallmark is its volatility. Which means what, guys? Two super trends. Super trend in this area. Super trend in this area. Two overthrows. I can rewind this diagram, but a channel up with an overthrow. Channel up with an overthrow. Expectation on each one is boom to the downside. Boom to the downside. If we can get to this equivalent underthrow from the level of support, what would the expectation be? Okay, on the underside of this, what would the expectation be? If we could get underneath this channel, the expectation would be for us to go back up above it. Okay? That is the dynamic of a super trend. It is the bears not just complying with their obligation, not just meeting just meeting the framework of their bear flag, and yes, the expression carried from the top to the downside, but we're talking about going super trend bearish. We're talking about overextending, the bears exerting too much maximized pressure down and below the channel to where this slingshot effect could take place. That is a super trend. Okay, that is the notion that we saw from 2020 to 21 with boom, this huge breakdown. With the September, guys, with the channel framework from July, the bottom that we caught here in July, 29,750 up to 69,000. Up and over, then bam. The expectation is for the channel to collapse, guys. So the expectation here would be channel back, boom, to the upside. Do you understand the dynamic in play? I know if you've been listening the entire time, you do, but it's extremely exciting looking at Bitcoin and asking the appropriate question if she is so accustomed to super trend on the daily, guys. The overthrow situation. Look how much she pushed. You guys remember this was impossible to get her to capitulate, but the expectation with the super trend is that, yes, eventually she's going to capitulate, and once she did, bam, big move, huge move, guys. You know that. So again, we had a super trend here, up and outside of the expected channel, right? Boom, to the downside expected. So this is going to be the defining, guys, it's going to define Bitcoin. Is she this volatile? because that's all they all say. It's not just that she's gonna retrace as much as any other Nasdaq stock would or some Chinese stock. Or no, guys, no. The criticism on BTC is, well, she's way too volatile. So this is the VIP volatility discussion. I want to get down below this level of support. I want to draw down a level of resistance here. I want the price to get down through this zone, me personally. And I'm telling you guys, in terms of the approach, the technicals, this would be your coup de grace. This would be, guys, this is the 100-car parade, welcome home party, no problem, everything great. If we can get this down through this level of support. That's the end. That's it, guys. So, and you see why that is, because the equivalent is up and over resistance, and boom, up and over, guys, resistance. Let's do this again. You see this up and over resistance, and then boom. So let's get down below support on this channel if possible, and if we can, as we frame things, as we look at specific targets. If this is a nice target area for us, and guys, to the extent it's low. But the expectation would be, boom, back up and through resistance, the nature of the super trend. So super bear trend, we've discussed it. Is Bitcoin volatile enough to do it? Okay, so this is going to define it for the VIP. We have a different understanding of volatility. I wanted to bring this to your attention. Now, work on the, guys, Frost and Parector. Look at Frost, Elliott Wave International. It discusses super trend very specifically. You'll understand exactly the terms that's been put into here. And this is established protocol, Elliott Wave, etc. No guesswork, no if and but maybe. We're looking, are we in a bear trend? Sure. Are we in a super bear trend? No. Yeah, buddy. What's up, Anthony? You got that right, huh? You see this, huh? Yeah, buddy. What's up, Anthony, my man? What's up, brother? Nice to see you in the chats, my man. Boom. Put some rockets there for you. And for Freddie, my man, what's up? I just saw Anthony pop up. That's rare we get Anthony in the house. What's up, VIPs? Anthony and Freddie, what's up? So this for VIP. I'm going to tell you guys, we're going to know this without a doubt, and we will know the real answer here. Is Bitcoin too volatile? You know, we might honestly say at the end of all this, if she can't break through this level of support here, she's, she has some good days. She has her days. She's had some expression, but she's not overly volatile, right? She's not all the time. She disappoints sometimes. So this is what we're looking for, this level of support in terms of this channel framework here. And that's what VIP is going to be looking for. That's what we are looking for. Bitcoin spike, you got it. And we want a super trend on the way up. We like a super bear trend. We want a super trend. If you're going to do it, Bitcoin, let us short it. Let us trade it. Don't sit there and crawl around now and soften up after you just went through the roof super trend twice. Don't do that to us. Go ahead and stay consistent. Let the legitimate complaint be, well, she's just too volatile. Right now, she's still within a nice framework of a channel to the downside. She needs to break this channel to the downside. Okay? So that is the definition, the VIP, that we know, that you understand. If you just tuned in or you tuned in late, you need to rewatch the video because this is some good stuff. Now, I'll tell you, in terms of super trend, you guys, we can look into more of that, but you just got the primer on it. So me personally, I just tell you, this is a hot zone in here, guys. It is a hot zone in here, and I mean, check this out, in terms of like anything down in this zone, anything, you start paying some severe attention, guys. I'm telling you, why? Look at this. Why? Well, look at the construct here. And I know you guys, everybody's like, we clearly see this. Okay. Now, depending upon how aggressive is she? This was a wait period, guys. I'm gonna tell you, if you got in super trend like right off the bat, it's like, no super trend here. I got my short. Where's super trend? I'm short. Who has she made you pay? She made you, I'm telling you guys, she made you wait that out. Didn't she here? Before she decided to capitulate down, boom, she took out some big leverage. A lot of people started shorting right here. Don't you think she's just carving along, taking some shorts back in the day, up around that $65,000 mark? You got the overthrow, a lot of people digging into their shorts. Yeah, just looking at exactly, guys, exactly. Right? Well, she's supposed to just collapse down in through here, through the level of support. Sure she is. She's going to push those shorts. She's going to eliminate some of that leverage, guys. So, and they got rewarded originally here, but they were looking for the capitulation below the level of support. Boom. This level of support, that's the key indicator for super trend. Okay. Overthrow and then boom. Okay. So this is the crucial function here as we would look at this. And that's a better drawing here from the level of support to the resistance. Those overthrows there, definition of super trend. The expectation is, and this is the difficult area. And let me zoom in. Let's do this right because I want to discuss the trading parameters so that we understand it as a group. What went on around 65,000? Okay. I traded this area up through here quite well. I'm sure a lot of you guys did too. This was when I really was getting exposed to crypto in this area here with some other assets. In terms of the feature here, overthrow and what was this, guys? This is the level of support ultimately that was beaten. That was beaten to the downside. This was the expectation, though. This move to the downside was and is the expectation after any super overthrow, guys. Super throw, i.e., what did I say? Overthrow super trend. Pardon me, I've said it 50 times now, but you guys get that. The expectation, as soon as you have this overthrow event, you're expecting, now this was the expectation of the shorts. We're expecting to go down here. Look how strong she was. She pushed all the way over here. She made the shorts. Yeah, you bet it, guys. Shorts didn't want to take here. Well, here you go. How you guys doing now? Boom. That hurt, right? That hurt the shorts, right? And shorts looking at now, okay, this is a super trend. This is it, guys. This is a super trend. Well, expectations like we need to get through the level of support. She pushed once here, twice, guys, up 3 times, boom, even through this really, and bam, through level of support. So yes, the shorts got paid. I'm bringing this up, this specific feature, not hugely eloquently put. I'll apologize for that. It's a super trend. It's an overthrow. Get busy, guys. Get into your technicals. In terms of this, the point is be careful on your levels of exposure if you get into a position where you can short or long a super trend, because BTC has been very aggressive towards the traders. Okay, now this was a little bit easier, but she still pushed. Okay, in terms of a level of support to level of resistance. Please pay attention to this. Looking at this specific framework and the overthrow here, what did she do? Now, I'll tell you, as soon as you had an overthrow here, the super trend was established right here. So the traders are thinking, hey, we got a overthrow. Yes, we're super trend. What do they immediately think after that? What's the next conclusion? Good, we're going to break this level of support. Okay? Now, this wasn't easy either. They got into a short, and what happened? Juke out, boom, making them pay, making them hurt, right? Starting to sweat big time with some big plays like this, guys, because these are macro plays on BTC, highly volatile, highly targeted. So when you're into a short up in this level, you get an overthrow, right? You have got to be careful of one of two things is your approach. You have to be careful of your leverage, guys. You got to be careful because she will sideswipe you, boom, to the upside. She did it here. Whoop, just bam. And as soon as really, okay, the buyer, I say the shorters, the buyers and shorts, they start to get the inclination, okay, good, we are going down through this level of support. Now let's really scale in. We're done with the super trend. We're done with the overthrow. This was down around 65,000, guys, back in 65,000. Oh, no. So the optimal entry is the overthrow. But you have got to be darn careful, guys. You have to be, you have to be careful. I'm going to tell you guys, in terms of your leverage on these issues, because she will sideswipe you, boom, to the upside, taking shorts out, bam, then hitting them again, boom, okay? Then, guys, here again, boom, just nailing the shorts. And if you trade enough, you guys know this, there are enough opportunities on the micro to short when you're in a super trend. You see this dynamic so frequently. We're on the daily right now. You see this all the time, guys. You see all the time. Level of resistance, support, a nice channel framework. This was the primary July, September run up to 69,000, right? Up through November. So, but as soon as we engage in this move right here, bam, okay, up, over, and above, the overthrow, I'm telling you, shorts engage. Okay, the strategy is literally set in stone. It's up and over. I'm going down here. Boom. Literally, I'm telling you guys this. Now, you don't have to take my word for it. You review Elliott's. You get into it. You let me know if you differ at all from anything that was said here. And I'll tell you, you review it and you won't. Okay? This is the notion. This is the hotspot right here for the shorts. So what does that mean? Okay? In the context that let's recognize that she likes to push. She likes to she side swipes, guys. I'm just gonna bring it up because I mean you know it's just like you're gonna be driving through an intersection and boom. I mean it's not easy, guys. These are not easy moves to just say, oh, no problem, you're in a super trend, overthrow short. You better have some hands and you better be light enough on that leverage because she has a history. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, not just one overthrow, multiples. This is volatility. Looking at the levels of volatility. So in the context, if she can prove herself to be this ultimately volatile beast that needs to be tamed as we trade her, guys, I'm going to tell you the bear trend, okay, this bearish trend, we want a super trend. Get on down here. We want this, okay? And to the extent that opportunity is offered, I'm going to tell you the following. Be careful because she likes to sideswipe. You see this. Be careful. She has expressed 1, 2, almost 3, guys. 1, 2 on top before, boom, the capitulation down. Boom, the capitulation down. The important thing is that no one wants to talk about it going down here. Nobody wants to talk about a lower acquisition price. Everyone tunes out. If you're a real trader, you do not tune out. I guarantee you, if you're a real trader, you stick around, and the lower anyone can fashion an argument towards going, you're more interested, I promise you. And if someone's fashioning an argument about how to protect or what characteristics are involved in, I'd say, understanding the degree of leverage that you may need or that you may need to incorporate at a specific level based on preceding events and characteristics, guys, real traders pay attention. You guys know this. You know this. This is the difference between VIP and the guys that just stop in and shop around and look for the wrong answer. We want to know the right answer as it applies here. We want to know exactly the full scope of TA the best we can. So in terms of this, you guys understand that move to the downside, the bear flag, boom, here, establishing that channel parameter really is the obligation of the sellers. That's the obligation to fulfill the preceding move down. And this is our style, guys, in terms of preceding super trends, super trend, bull trend, 2 super trends, right? Know the definition. If you don't, rewind the tape and watch it. So what we're looking for is that highly prized volatile asset. We would love to see it go super bear trend. I'm on the record. That's what I want to see. Can I get it? Well, if she... yeah, there's Luke saying I've always been talking about the price going down there. Yeah, I've been very purposeful in telling you guys, and shout out to Luke, my man. What's up, brother? I'm gonna put some Ferraris in there for you and the kiddos. What's up, brother? VIP. I got to tell you, the purpose is the following. She's so volatile, and everyone knows this. Over the last year, I have been encouraging everybody, and you guys heard me here, in terms of good time to buy Bitcoin, et cetera, on the way up. I've said that there are 3 levels the whole time. We talked about the 45, the 30, and the 15 below. And this is one specific move that could take it on and below. And Luke's been listening enough. He's been VIP since the beginning. He knows. And the crucial aspect that I can just bring to the forefront, you guys are in the one group, and you guys know this. With a fallout of equities, with a fallout of everything, and it's not that we're naysayers. I'm happy to be as bullish as we can be, particularly with the understanding that VIP, like Luke, he knows. What do we have? Heavy reserve capital available for the lower levels, and nobody, guys, have you heard that anywhere? This is why we're VIP. This is why we are we're the premier trade group. I'm gonna tell you guys, no one else, guys, no one else at all, anywhere, guys, has been talking last year about heavy reserve capital for lower levels, period. Like how much we're at that point. Look at where the green boxes have been stacked for the last year in terms of our conversations, and it's not just Bitcoin. It's all the equities. Look at the equities now. Look at the trade group that we have, and look at the fact that we have preserved this specific guy's right to tell people about it. I'm telling you guys have a right to tell people about it. Say, no, our trade group, we've been seeing this we've been literally geared towards this for the last year straight. Literally, you tell people that, it doesn't matter if they've got a corner office on Wall Street. They'd be like, really? For a year straight, you've been heavy cash reserves, ready for this. Man, they're going to think you're stomping around with some whales, period, and you are. You guys, in terms of your mentality and everything else, well, shout out to Angel. Hope you're doing well. We got some big traders around, guys. But this is a feather in the cap. Beyond that, guys, it's not just calling the market right. It is literally the approach that was needed for anybody who stopped in ever and heard 10 to 20, 30 minutes, seconds, whatever it may be, in terms of the overall entirety of the market. So that's an exciting thing for our group. That is the truth. We have been talking about heavy cash reserves since day one. Okay, and guys, I'm so excited because I know you have families, I know you have jobs, I know you have life, you got hot rides and fun times, you got good things going on, and as we approach these lower levels, heavy cash reserves available for the lower levels. Okay, this is it, guys. This is our group, and I love right now, guys. There is not, and you need to understand this. It's not just me. This is you guys, because you guys, you're attracted to this concept and to this framework. You knew it. It made sense with you. There is not a trader, and please listen, there's not a financial analyst, there's not a banker, there's not anyone you're going to meet anywhere who's in any financial kind of field, operation like that, equities, crypto, anything, guys, little self-made millionaire you want to meet out there who you can't honestly have a conversation with and be like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. So how'd you do on the drop? I'm telling you guys, you talk to anybody. Maybe a few guys here and there shorted. Maybe we're gonna hear about some of them. Maybe we'll hear about some of them in the news on, maybe Wall Street Journal will do some profiles on it. And I'm not asking for that or suggesting that at all. But you have the framework to discuss with anybody. And I'm telling you guys, it doesn't matter who you are, what you look like. It doesn't matter what car you drive. None of that matters. What matters is that literally for the last year, you've been plugged in like a truck on heavy cash reserves. Now, we also didn't move. We didn't lose this move. Boom, boom, boom. We didn't lose it at all, guys. We caught the bottom of it. You guys know we called the double top here. So that's the crucial thing is, while this is going on, I want you guys to esteem yourself. I want you to know, literally, guys, it's not me just like, it ain't all me, guys. It's a group. You know that. I'm excited to be a part of the group. But just understand what we have, the opportunity to see is Bitcoin. And we'll enjoy this, guys, as a group. Because we're going to know, just the same way we've said the whole time, heavy cash reserves for lower levels. Nobody been saying that, guys. Nobody. You know this, right? The one and only. You guys got it. You guys. That's it. So it's exciting. It's good. It's what needed to happen. And I'll say this, in terms of this VIP, I'll tell you guys, Bitcoin spike here. We have our own take on this right now. I'm going to tell you, in terms of what BTC wants to do, and there's some pressure on us to call the bottom. I'll go ahead and say that there's a little bit of pressure. There's some expectation that just like this 29,750. That, well, I guess so. I guess we need to nail the exact bottom. You guys know this, right? There's a little inkling that needs to occur. Okay, I understand that. Okay, I'm just gonna say I understand that, guys, like a Mack truck. Okay, but we're gonna know this throw under. Can we get outside of this channel? Can she prove herself really to be as volatile? Like, does she deserve this reputation, Bitcoin? Does she deserve that reputation? Because you'll also talk with the same bankers or financial analysts or financial advisors or whoever it may be, day traders. You can talk with anybody. Oh, well, we've been stacking cash deeply, telling everyone to put their heavy cash reserves below for since Bitcoin really started going up, to prepare for these lower levels, especially last however many months. But no, not on equities either, heavy cash reserves. So when you have that discussion as well, and if Bitcoin comes up as being too highly volatile, we may have a future kind of to say, well, it's really not that volatile. It's really, truth be told, it's really not that volatile. So I wanted to present this to you so you understand the dynamics of the overthrow here. Super trend, 1, 2. Expectation after the super trend, which is operation price line over line of resistance, boom, through support. That's the expectation when you hit the overthrow. Then round 2, expectation, overthrow, boom. Expectation is, guys, capitulation through the line of support. So this is the question on the bear end of things. Okay, on the bear, can we go bear super trend? We have a level of resistance drawn down. We have this level of support that would give us this preceding flag move, boom, to the downside. Right, we want to just dig down into here optimally with an underthrow that, just like these, capitulated down through, boosh, overthrow through support, boom, overthrow, boom, through support. We would love to get an underthrow, bam, up through resistance. What's up? That would be the quintessential chart for the asset that's just too volatile. She is, and she would have earned every inch of that expression or that description if, instead of, and just pay attention to the way a super trend works, guys. This is exciting stuff, guys. From an overthrow, price going over the top line of resistance, super trend indicated expectation is a capitulation, boom, through support every time, guys. That's the expectation. So again, we have the bull channel here, guys. Price up and over. We have a throw over. It's super trend, qualifies as super trend. What's the expectation? Boom, through support. So if we can designate the channel framework beyond this level of support here, achieve an underthrow, and slingshot, boom, boom, up through resistance, then we're going to be dealing with the premier asset to trade, who is volatile enough to maintain the interest of VIP for a while. So I wanted to bring this to you guys. Hope you appreciate everything. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Go get him, guys. We'll be in the back. Cut you a video if need be. Let's dig into the it's good stuff, isn't it, guys? For the guys who are really into this, yeah, it's good stuff. We like this. I want to shout out to everybody. Seeing your pictures, Vlad's on top right now. Vlad, my man, what's up, brother? I know you're trading. What's up? I want to see some of those cars. What are you driving these days, bro? Shout out. Hope everything's going well. Luke, hope you're doing well. Also, Luke, appreciate the shout out in the chat. Anthony, Freddie, you guys are the group. You're the crew. Chris, what's up, boss man? So we started off the framework here. We had such a great discussion right then that people who really know their stuff, which is you guys. We know our stuff. Ain't no bones about that in terms of what we're looking for. You guys know that. Ooh, that'd be nice. Underthrow with a bam through the level of resistance on top, a super bear trend. Ouch, man. We'd be prepared for that, and recall that extra push, the side swipe she does. Recall. So we have the expansion here. Okay, Venus, what's up, Venus? What's up, girl? How you doing? Nice to have you. Venus is great. We're really excited to have Venus around. Venus, if you didn't hear everything, you need to tune back into this one. This is one that I would, this is one that I don't know. This may make its way around a little bit in terms of I'm telling you guys, in terms of the approach, etc., the levels of volatility to super trends to the bull side, and now we're looking at super trend. Is it possible to on the bear trend? We want one. Just because of the level of predictability in terms of the collapse and the trajectory back through the channel. We love it, guys. We love it. It'd be awesome. We're looking for that volatility characteristic to play through. Yeah, gotta say, guys, I gotta say. So level of support, level of resistance. We have a descending triangle framework. She's been really slow. Okay, we've had a few trades in the back. Shout out to Freddie. Freddie, if you want to repost that specific trade profit you had, I'd love to feature it again. But yeah, we've been trading. Venus saying, yo, what's up? We just love VIP, guys. You guys are doing great. It's just nice to have you all around. And yeah, I brought you that video. My gosh, good heavens. You guys saw this earlier on. Man, oh man. I brought you that video about you guys saw the YouTube. It's like, hold on, the 12-minute has a descending triangle, the 15-minute has an ascending triangle. It's just one of those deals, guys. I was looking at that, I was like, and I've seen that on the hourly versus the 4-hourly, but it was the great example of, you guys need to be paying attention. And if you lose a trade, but I thought the chart was bullish, guys, you know this. It's like, yeah, when you see that video, the YouTube video I did today, it was like diametrically opposed patterns. So when I say buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets, understand sometimes she is going to have a trick up her sleeve. You know this. Be prepared to have any trade wash out, period. And I bring up this for you guys to be the 100x. Make sure you are the 100x. That is, whatever you're trading, you have 100 times that in a comfortable, expendable amount of cash. Comfortably expendable, guys, that means nothing. comfortably expendable. Doesn't bother you at all. And as you develop your trade skills and your approach, as you fine-tune your skills, you will become a better, more proficient trader if you're not worried about the money. Deploy your skills first. Hammer in on the precision and the process and the consistency, your success rate. Get that high first. Then let the money part come into you in terms of that worry or that burden. But until then, master your technicals, master your win rate. Get to the point, as soon as you tell me, London, I can go book 4 or 5 trades whenever I want to. Whenever I want to, I can go book 4 or 5 trades any time of day, any day of the year. Then you're ready. Then you scale things up. Then you increase, okay? And right now, it's higher leverage, lower capital, period. And if you can't book those 4 trades in a row, get to that point before you raise the capital at all. Do small trades. Get through the process. Don't let the money interfere with the process of you guys just becoming an incredible trader. You don't understand, the money can really act as a tool against your development. It's so counterintuitive. People think, well, I need to trade heavier. No, guys, no. That's going to interfere with your ability, guys, to process the patterns, to process the technicals. You've got, multiple time frames. You've got all your indicators. You've got just anything you'd want. I mean, you guys know this, multiple screens, everything else, and you're going to be feeling upset because you just lost a trade. 20% of you is going to be angry or upset or something else. Guys, don't do that to yourself. Do not do it to yourself until you, and this is the deal, if you can already book 4 trades in a row anytime you want to, no problem. Let's roll. If you can book 4 trades whenever you want to, let's roll. Come on, let's do it. But until you get to that point, tread lightly. There's no reason to throw yourself the added worry, guys, of loss. It's too emotional, guys. For the guy that just lost 10 grand, man. I just lost 10 grand on a trade. I knew I shouldn't have done it. I thought whatever the story may be, maybe 100, maybe 1,000. Okay, whatever that is. Okay, maybe 100,000 or whatever the story, maybe 1 million. But the point is, can you go book 4 positive trades? If you cannot, I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you cannot go book 4 positive trades, then what is that telling you, guys? That's telling you that you have at least a 25% chance of losing the next trade. So whatever you put in to your next trade, if you can't go book 4 positive trades, I want to tell you guys, that means that literally you're just saying, okay, I got a 25% chance, guys, that could bite anytime it wants to. Okay, 25%, right? That's now we're looking for those 4 consistent positive trades. I know you guys can get there, which is why that's just my deal, guys. In the morning, I can go book 4 positive trades. I could do that in the morning. I want to do it. Boom, boom, boom. VIP, no. We go have cappuccino and sit there and bam, bam, bam. We do that. You'll get to that point. You will. Okay? But until you get there, lay low on the capital, guys. Just chill and get through these rounds because you're doing extremely well. And some of you are using capital, of course. Some of you have been VIP for a while. You're using money, of course. You're making money. That's the whole idea. But for those who just started, do not fall into the trap of, I need to make money, so I need to use more money. No. And I need to trade more. Heck no. Those are the 2 things that traders start doing. They need to make money, so they use more money. Wrong. And they trade more. Wrong. Right? A novice trader, brand new. Well, I need to use more money. I need to make money. Wrong. No, guys. While you're learning, you need to use less money, okay? And you need to trade less. In terms of being selective, you at least don't want to overtrade, okay? And that's what will happen a lot of times. Someone will just think more activity equals more profits, and they'll bring a bigger cash account because, well, they need to make more money. They're going to do this to earn. No, guys. When you can book 4 positive trades, you tell me, you know what, London? And, it's a good thing you're going to tell me this. Guys, I'm talking to certain people here. You guys know this, talking to all of you. You're going to tell me, London, you know what? I can do it. I can book 4 positive trades whenever I want to. Cool. Let's trade. Now, until then, you've got at least a 25% chance of whatever you put in your next trade disappearing. Okay? All right. Then I'll ask you right now, can you book 3 positive trades in a row? Okay, 4 is the goal. That's the target, 4 to 5. Okay, you may get a little tired between the 4th and the 5th. Okay, endurance comes into the equation. In terms of, can you book 3 in a row? Now listen here, guys. Can you book 3 trades in a row? Because if you can't, what does that mean? Your next trade, you have a 1 in 3 chance. You have a 33% chance of losing your trade, right? You have a 33% chance of losing your margin. Exactly. So in terms of that, Bill's in the house as well. We have Venus, we have Bill. What is going on? So in terms of that, guys, understand this is the appropriate. This is the way to approach things, guys. I'm going to put the Moon Man and some VIP saying hello to you. Now listen, if you can't book 3 in a row, anytime you want to, guys. I'm saying anytime you want to, I'm going to go book 3 trades in a row. No problem. Period. If you know Bitcoin, guys, and you go through this process, okay, you should be able to get there. I believe you can get there. I know you can with the materials, the focus, guys. You'll get there. You can say, London, I can book 3 trades anytime I want to. Great. Okay. If you can't, that means you have a 33% chance of losing that next trade, which means if you're on leverage, okay, now you may stop short, you may do this and that, but guys, you may lose a trade and bam, she's gone. So, well, that one was, you decide to go heavy on something, you're upset or something else. When you get upset, realize if you can't book 3 trades in a row, you have a 33% chance of losing. We'll get into stops, but what we love about Bitcoin is how aggressive she is. She requires an entry sometimes. That's ideal, stop loss. But she requires immediate action at times. Boom, you got to get in. You going to be this proficient all the time? I'm going to ask you. You're going to be that proficient all the time with your entry, with your stop loss. Guys, you know this. It takes a workhorse to be able to manage the entry, the exits, etc. You guys know that. You're flying through the technicals. You're flying through the technology. You guys know that. We are just off this level of support here. This is a very interesting, while we look at the technicals here, right? We're off this level of support in this specific level here. And that's been looking at us all day long. So it is the notion that we have an elevated, very interesting, guys. We have an elevated descending triangle right here. Very, very interesting. I'll comment on it in a few moments. But if you can't book 2 trades in a row, okay, then you guys know you got a 50-50 shot of losing your next trade, which means what? If you get liquidated, just imagine putting this takes it all home, doesn't it? This is the money in the bank. Guys, listen, you're going to decide, I'm going to trade my next trade. I can't book 2 trades in a row yet, but I'm going to decide, guys. I got a 50-50 shot of winning this. We'll get into risk reward. We'll get into these different issues, right? Because that does play a big component in what you decide to trade. The right trader with a 15-to-1 payoff can go lose 8 or 9 trades. He can have a 10%. He can have a 10% win rate, okay, with a 1 to 15 payoff, okay? You guys know that the right trader with a 1 to 15 payoff he can go lose 9 trades and win 1. It'd be fine, okay? No big deal. He's going to make money, okay? But you're right now at the incipiency of this. You're working on. I want you to be consistent, because you can start doing whatever you want to, guys. If you're just consistent, you'll talk to the guy who's booking, the 1 to 15 ratio in terms of the risk to reward, the payoff, 1 to 15, and you'll talk to him. And you'll hear him say that he can, no problem, he can lose 9 trades anytime he wants to, or 10 trades. Like, oh, okay. That's good. What you want to do is book positive trades. I'm going to tell you, the risk reward is fine. It's just a lot of loss to go through. So it's a heavy-handed mentality to wrap your mind around. That much loss, it's a different way of trading than what we look at. The 1 to 15 payoff, typically something in like Forex, you would look at maybe a leverage of like a 500, something along those lines. We're at like 125 on BTC, working on precision, working on the framework of booking positive trades. So I want to put that into the context of, if you were to assume liquidation on a loss, and it's not required, but if things really go south on a trade, including your entry, including your exit, including your stop loss, I mean, how else are you going to lose a trade sometimes? You guys know this. How else are you going to lose a trade? Well, man, this trade, I didn't have my stop loss set. I tried to do it. I had an error on the screen. Yeah, that's how you lose a trade. You bet you guys. So when you look at this, if you can't book 4 trades in a row, understand the following. That means you have a 25% chance of losing your next trade. So whatever you're putting into the trade, guys, and that's my goal for you, is that you can say, hey, London, I can book 4 trades whenever I want to, any time of day, any day of the week. Boom. Okay, that's the goal. We're going to get you there. That's the goal. We'll put you on a path towards that, period. So if you can't book 3, understand, 3 in a row, understand you have a 33% chance. And I'm saying, sure, you're going to say, well, you just use a stop loss, man. You don't have to get liquidated. Oh, okay. But you understand that trading gets real hot and heavy quickly. You got to get in, you got to get out, you got to program. So the trades you lose are the ones where I couldn't set my stop loss. I got a phone call, I had to pick it up, or I had to, whatever it may be, guys. My screen flashed twice. I don't know why. I couldn't get into it, etc. Right? Yes. So this is the point. Shout out to Freddie. What's up, brother? Shout out to Luke as well. This is the point. So 4 in a row, or you have a 25% chance of losing your cash. Okay, your trade. 3 in a row, or you got a 1/3 chance of losing. Okay, now if the amount of your trade's going to bother you, and you can't book 3 trades in a row, guys, you have a 1/3 chance. You have 33% chance. That's a good chance, guys. That's not bad, of losing your margin. Something goes wrong. You get a phone call. It interrupts on your program. You were using your phone, let's say, to make your trade. You couldn't set your stop loss. You could X, Y, or Z happens, guys. Anything will happen. You guys know this, right? So, and if you can't really consistently book 2 trades in a row yet, why are you going to throw your cash at it like that? Right? Why are you going to throw, if you can't really consistently say any day I want to, any time of the day, I can sit down and book 2 positive trades, right? Very, very important. And we got Bill. Shout out to Freddie. What's up? That's Zoe's Bill. Just so you know, Freddie in the chats there. You guys chilling, VIP in the house. So that's the framework I want you guys to think of. It's not just, oh, you're going to book 4 positive trades. It's like, no, you're going to get past that 25% chance of you losing your margin. Okay, I want you to get past that. And it's like, oh, if you can book 3 trades in a row, let's say if you can't, you have a 33% chance of losing your margin. That's a big deal of your investment in the trade, right? If you guys don't understand leverage, if you're listening, you don't understand leverage, this is why you need to join VIP, period. So this is the framework for you guys to think of in terms of having a good experience in the market. Yeah, until you get to that level. And I'm telling you, the 1 to 100, you be the 100x, meaning that amount you have invested, okay, in that specific trade, okay, that exposure you have in the trade, you have 100 times that in comfortably expendable cash. I'm not talking about, well, I would be prepared to lose this money, but I really don't want to. It's serious for me. Guys, that's not comfortably expendable. I'll tell you, until you can book at least 4 positive trades, that is not comfortably expendable. When you're serious about it, you're geared up, you have to win, and you still can't book 4 positive trades? Come on, guys. Come on. You want to take a 25% chance of something going wrong like that? You don't need to. Get to the point where you can up your consistency, increase your success rate, process these trades, get through them. You'll still make some money. You still make some money. And you guys, for many of you, the extent to which you have 100 times what your trade amount is, it still facilitates you making some money. And there's a pathway that we are on. I want to tell you guys, there's a pathway that VIP are on as of today. I've created this pathway, and I want to let you guys know about it, and you're all on it. First, it's a 100% trade. Copy that. Then I want you to book a 200% trade. Then I want you to book a 500% trade. And then I want you to book a 1,000% trade. Now, the 100% trade, it's a good return. You put in, say big timer, you put in $50, $100, $200, 10,000. I don't know. Some VIP are going to put in a lot more or a lot less. Doesn't matter. If it's $5 or $5 million, I don't care. You're going to make that back, okay? So you're going to make 1x, right? On the 200% trade, you're going to make a 2x. On the 500% trade, it's a 5x. I wanted you to learn how to make a 2x in the market. The 500% trade, I want you to learn and push yourself how to make a 5x in the market, okay? And on the 10x, I want you to push, guys, and make that 1,000% trade. Make it 10x in here. That's some good stuff, guys. That's 10 times your money. You're learning how to make 10 times your money. Boom, there it is right there. That's it. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. 1, 2. There's 2 of them right there. There's 3. 1, 2, 3. Really, there's probably 4. Is it 4 right here? Oh, yeah. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? There's 4 right here. And the last, look at this, guys. But you got to push into it. You got to understand what you're doing. In the last 3 days, in the last 4 days, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5. Guys, listen. There are 5 10 X's in the last 4 days. You guys get that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go measure them. I'm on the 15-minute chart. Go on the 30-minute. Go on the whatever. Guys, go on the 5-minute. In the last 4 days in 7 hours, there are 5 10 X's in Bitcoin staring at you. But everyone wants to go trade altcoins. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There's 5 10 X's staring at you right here. What's up? It's like 638%. That's 6 times your money. Okay? 849%. That's 8 times your money. 265%. That's over 2 times your money. 728. That's 7 times your money. Okay? There's Bill. His first trade. That was 5 times his money on that side of the trade. Okay? So when I talk about this, you need to push yourself. This is the pathway for you guys to get on. I want you on this pathway. Because some of you will just say, well, I'm just going to book a trade. I just want to consistently bring in 20% per trade. You need to push yourself beyond that dynamic. Okay? This pathway is being generated by VIP because you guys are killing it like this, and I want you to push yourselves because, yes, it's good to be bam, in and out, but there's just, guys, we looked at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As I started looking at this, it's too much in terms of the percentage gains to not push yourself. So I did let people know this morning. Pathway is, first of all, a 100% trade. Second of all, a 200% trade. Then a 500% trade. That's the third benchmark, okay? Then the 1,000% trade, because I want you as VIP to get into the 10X. I want you to generate a 10X in terms of your returns. And that's a good framework for you to look at. And that may be a trade that's a little outside of, if you want to say, well, I'm booking 4 positive trades. I'm going to get in there this morning. I'm going to book 4 positive trades. No problem. Okay, that may be something you plan for. Maybe something, a special kind of a special event based on technicals, etc. But I want you to set those benchmarks, and I want you guys to be on that pathway, and I want you to get there. All right, and I don't want anyone to crap out at 300 to 400%. Oh, that was it. No, you push for the 500. Get it. This is the time to do it. It's 2022. It's VIP. I want you guys with this the ticker tape on top. I want it loaded up. I want it to look awesome. You guys know this. People are going to look at it like, dude, what? Like, you got it right. Right? Cool, huh? Yeah. And you're going to stretch yourself. You're going to stress yourself in terms of saying, okay, now I have to get to 200. It's going to require you to adjust your technicals and adjust your approach to the market. I'm seriously excited about VIP. You guys are rocking it. We're going to have another good weekend. You guys know this. Just a little bit of commentary while we wait for price. It's not that we're not paying attention to technicals, but we've kind of been looking at them all day long. I brought up to VIP as well, guys. I brought up to VIP today just something in terms of chart preparation. Right? You may be away from the market for a moment, right? You may miss a move. No problem if you can't program around it. And L-Bank is good about programming around it, including trigger trades, right? Price reaches a certain point and a market order is executed. Instead of the price didn't pick me up, right? The exchange didn't pick me up. What you'd say is like the trigger trades, etc. L-Bank, very favorable. What I'd say is this, in terms of chart preparation, me always, let's say my habit of always having my multitude of charts like this, boom, boom, boom. I've got tons of charts, guys. I got this, and I got another secondary backup of these. So I've got everything laid out to where if I want the 4-hour or daily inverted, I'm right here. Boom. Yeah, if I want to know RSI, bam, I got it on the screen. I got my bear flag inverted, the micro bear. I got all of my charts prepped with, okay, I've got my already my indicators, my this and that, my chart levels, my targets. What I'm going to say is this: as you look at missing a trade, the counter trade, right? Getting prepared to, like, if you've been away for a minute or you got tied up, occupied, you weren't right there to execute a trade, you want to hit the button, you want to be involved in your trade, make sure that you do the chart prep work. hugely important because it'll allow you to respond more quickly to a developing trade, okay? To a developing trade, whereas you're already ready to, like if I were to do my chart work correctly, right? If I were to leave, well, I've got something to do real quickly. Let me get out to here, etc. And what is this going to involve as well? Typically, it's going to involve some alerts. You guys know this. Set your alerts. Have your chart prepared for success, right? And not necessarily that you have to catch every trade, but if something starts to scream to the upside, the last thing you want to be doing is going through a gut level check, right? I kind of feel like it's cranking to the upside. I missed it, and as price is pushing up, you know, you go with the old, I'm just really good at determining when this is about to go back down. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where are your technicals, right? Don't go there. Make sure you're scoped out with your targets, right? As you would look at this, make sure that you're scoped out with your targets. Make sure you have these issues well aligned. Make sure you have your chart prepared to allow you, if you were to miss a specific move in the market, you can respond that much more quickly when you get back to your trade station. It's important, guys. Prepare your charts. Always be prepared with alerts, and it's just it's good market decorum to allow you guys to respond to anything you might miss, because it's 24/7, 365. We enjoy the fact that we can miss part of the market. We enjoy the fact we can miss part of the price action and jump in whenever we choose. We can schedule in shorts above, no problem. Right? We could work with the dynamic of extensions. You're going to need to be a little forgiving with extensions, by the way. I had this discussion with Sean. If you're entering on shorts, typically on extensions, your leverage may need to drop just a touch, okay? Because they like to push and grind. Guys, price likes to push and grind up over those extensions. Just does. Okay, just does. We've noticed that frequently on Bitcoin. So be prepared if you're scaling in your shorts, or you have a short order at a specific extension above. Be prepared for price to operate up and over said extension. Okay, as we would look at this, just be prepared if we were to head up for a price to grind up and over an exact extension that you may have near your target. It's important because that may mean you need to drop your leverage a bit in terms of your entry. Okay, don't want you getting washed out because, well, the target was the extension. No, she likes to move up and over a bit in terms of the extension. She does. That's what Bitcoin likes to do. If you guys trade a lot, you know this. So descending triangulation, that's the framework that we're in. It's a nice looking pattern, huh? I think you guys we should all be pleased right now. It's a good looking pattern. I'm excited that we've developed over the last 4 days. And again, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 10x's. 10x's in the last 4.5 days in Bitcoin. And people want to go complaining they want to go trade an altcoin. No, I think we're okay. There are 5 10x's in Bitcoin. Hello. It's a good challenge, guys. The pathway is 100% trade, a 200% trade, a 500% trade, and a 1,000% trade. Get one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm telling you guys, measure. These are at least 10% moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Boom. Okay, that's 5 10x's. Yeah. What's up, guys? That's the way to do it, huh? So in 4 days, you had 5 chances to get a 10x. Yeah. So, yeah, as you look at this, it can be done, that pathway that I'm putting you guys on in terms of, okay, find the 200% trade, the 100% trade, there you go. The 200% trade, then a 500% trade, and then that 1,000% trade. We've got that up in here somewhere, maybe up and above, maybe well up and above. We may have to contact our resident. There's one for 50 G's. That's a good one. Where are we at? We may have to contact our resident Anthony for that 1,000% trade. I don't know, Anthony. It's almost embarrassing to do that to you, though. I mean, come on, Anthony. I think you may have had 2 of them, by the way. But I want to see one of these like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000% from you. I don't know. We'll frame it. We'll do something cool with it. We'll find a feature here on the screen. I put the Lamborghini on the bottom with the RPMs. I just wanted to do that. Some engine interface, something strong, something that we look at that's aggressive, something that's loud and kind of meant to tear the streets up, right? Just literally like meant to tear the streets up. Cool. No problem, okay? Market's down, cool. We're good with it. Let's roar around this. Let's get into it. Let's dig into it. You're not going to find a better place to dig into the red. Guys, I'm going to tell you, in terms of this group, you guys, everything else, you're just killing it. You're killing it. It's exciting. And I don't meet, I meet with a lot of people, guys. I interface with a lot of different people. There's just not a lot of people that are excited, that are doing well, that have a good trade group. There's like none of them, right? Everybody's like on the cliff edge. It's bad. You guys are a lot of fun to be around. What's up, VIP? Yo, what's up, huh? It's a good year, huh? And we said it would be a good year early on, didn't we? And who would have known we'd be having such a great time on the way down, right? And I know that equities are off, but that old Bitcoin, huh? She keeps us going, huh? She keeps us excited that the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 X's in the last 4 days. Yeah. Okay, so we understand that. I appreciate you guys being here tonight. In terms of the super trend, if you did not listen to the stream, if you didn't hear the entirety of it, you need to go back and review the super trend. We want Bitcoin to live up to her volatile reputation. We may need that, guys. That throwback up through the channel, through the level of resistance for the ones that were watching. Boom, guys. Man, that'd be sweet. You have no idea. And we have that framework as VIP. That's top shelf, guys. That's top shelf in terms of just being able to discuss Bitcoin. She did have her days, or her time of being volatile, but she's really settled down. Right now, she's really not misbehaving. You guys know that. In terms of that channel framework to the downside, the bear trend is, she's really not misbehaving. She's not being overly volatile right now. You guys know that, right? Listen to the beginning of the stream if you didn't hear that, guys. If you didn't go through that entire thing, listen to the whole stream. Listen to it. It's crucial. The guys who are listening, like, she's really not. She's perfectly within her channel framework. She's perfect. It's fine. She's doing great. How's Bitcoin? Oh, she's doing fine. She's really not even that volatile right now. We're hoping for some additional volatility. No kidding, guys. No kidding, huh? We're hoping for some additional volatility. You guys got that right, huh? It is what it is. It cannot be any simpler than the fact that she is within her channel to the downside. So she's doing just fine. She had a bear flag moving to the downside. Very, very reasonably expected. She's almost behaving as if she's not volatile, to tell you the truth. She's really behaving as if she's not a volatile asset right now. To get below this level of support, a throw under, as she did precedingly, as we would look at this preceding function here to the upside, to get up and over and establish a super trend once, twice here, in 2020 to 21, the first run up to 65,000, to get up and over again here to establish super trend. You guys get this. The super trend with the throw over here, right? Well, that's volatility. That's some power, right? That's some real defined, categorically, institutionally recognized volatility. Here, she's being very smooth. Moved to the downside, carved to the upside. She's on her leg down within this channel framework. You guys get this, right? She'd have to go down here to really qualify as volatile on the way up and volatile on the way down. We'd love to see her volatile on the way down. It'd be huge. We can't wait, guys. And you understand the actual discussion went further into that. I look forward to hearing some feedback from the VIP in the back about the comments tonight about this discussion, because it's a big discussion and nobody's having this discussion. This is VIP, guys. You know this. I appreciate you guys. I want to tell you about this specific pattern. She looks nice and primed. She looks good. I like this area up in here. I'm going to be focused on this up in here. I like this. To the extent that she would disappoint me, I'll tell you guys, I hope she doesn't disappoint you. And I'm going to say that for once because I've been very accurate on all the calls the last 2 weeks, right? In terms of at the very end, I'm giving people something to chew on, and it's just been dead on ringer every time. So what I'm going to tell you, I like this zone. I'm going to tell you this on purpose this time because I don't want you to trade super heavy as some of you have been and have made a junk truckload of cash. Good for you. The cash removal is not junk removal. Cash removal has to come to your home because literally the clues we've been giving recently, literally every day it's been bam on, okay? So today, I'm going to tell you, I'm looking up here. If she disappoints you and goes down here, I'm going to tell you that cash removal truck that will show up at your house for one little day here. I want you maybe to tell me what your impression is because we have been dead on. I'm telling you, from this capitulation down here. We're not going to the target, to et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You guys know, the ones who've been listening at the end, I'm going to tell you today, I want you guys to trade this one, okay? And I don't know. I'll trade. I'll tell you that. I'm going to trade. So you trade too, but and I do. I like this area up here. It's a nice area. So, but I said that for the record once, okay? Just once. That's just it. You guys take care of yourself. A great stream. This is London with Bitcoin Spike, and look at this up here, huh, guys? This is a sweet. What is this up to? 20. What is this about 20? Where are we at? 22.5. I'm just going to mark out 22.5 for the record, okay? 22.5. These levels in here, we have some interesting levels of resistance up and above, okay? I state with frequency the extent to which levels of resistance can do two things. They can repel the prices. That can be the function of them. They can repel prices, or they can also sometimes act like a magnet. You guys know that? For whatever reason, at times, a level of resistance, yes, it repels the price, but sometimes, too, it can just act like a magnet. Boom, right? So watch your time frames. Let's dig into the lower micro time frames, and if we have a target, let's figure out our specific pattern to get to our target. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. If you're not a member of VIP, guys, what's up, man? It's 2022. Don't trade and say, I'm going to trade and then be able to afford VIP. You have got it all backwards. By the way, okay, give me a break, guys. If you're trying to trade to afford VIP, the whole idea is to get in and establish the framework of your skill development. Then, guys, then you trade with the money. You're trying to earn the money if you can't trade well. I don't want to hear another story about somebody that was trying to make money trading to join VIP. That's completely backwards. It's completely backwards. Ask Freddie, ask Luke, ask Anthony.